Well, this one was a complete surprise. I love it when a movie comes along out of the blue and knocks me on my butt. It doesn't happen often. Most of the time, the movies I hear so much hype about end up disappointing me. But this movie, entitled On the Third Day, is a keeper, and I haven't heard peep about it. Most likely you haven't either, until now. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. On the Third Day is new on Blu-ray from The Shout Factory and Shudder. It's directed by Daniel de la Vega and written by Alberto Fasce and Gonzalo Ventura. A woman named Cecilia, played by Mariana Angileri, and her son Martin, played by Octavio Belmonte, are driving down a lonely road. On the opposite end of the road is a strange man named Enrique, played by Gerardo Romano, who gets an ominous call in the middle of the night asking him to transport a large crate to an undisclosed location. When both drivers are distracted by a hitchhiker, the two cars hit each other. Cecilia awakens 3 days later, not knowing what has happened, and spends the rest of the movie looking for her son and trying to piece together what happened during those 3 days. On the Third Day hit me at the right time. I had watched some stylistically and creatively bereft films, and when I popped this one into the player, I found myself enthralled with it from beginning to end. This Argentinian film encapsulates that special Giallo feel exquisitely, incorporating a mystery-filled plot, gorgeous visuals, grisly acts, bumbling investigators, and a vivid color palette like the masters of the subgenre have done before it. It's most likely Daniel de la Vega has done his Giallo homework. There are shades of everything from Suspiria to Don't Look Now to Nosferatu to Blood and Black Lace. These are classics in horror and Giallo, and I know bringing them up in the same sentence as On the Third Day will offend some, but these are the films I thought of while watching this wonderful little movie. What makes the whole thing work is that we're trying to uncover the mystery along with our lead, Cecilia, who finds herself running in circles in search of her son. She seems to be remembering snippets, mostly due to a fantastic hypnosis sequence where she finds herself on the doorstep of a mesmerist. The scene occurs in the middle of On the Third Day, and it was right about that time where I recognized this to be the truly intriguing film that it turned out to be. It's an enthralling scene where the lights go out, save for Cecilia in a chair, and the mesmerist's hypnotic glare is highlighted against the darkness. But even down to costuming, there's a whole lot of retro Giallo goodness in On the Third Day. Cecilia's vividly colored yellow coat and bright red shirt and Martin's red slicker are reminiscent of films like Don't Look Now and Alice Sweet Alice, among others. The similarities are undeniable, as Martin's ghostly form can be seen walking in the periphery and through mirrored images. The mirrored image is crucial in this film, representing a world that only Cecilia can understand and see, and holding secrets tied to her missing son and her memory lapse. By the halfway point, I kind of figured out what was going on, but I still love the ride to the end of On the Third Day, the climax of the film where Cecilia finally remembers those 3 days, and the harrowing things that occurred during them really do hit hard. The dramatic collision of all of the moving parts in this movie clang together in a beautifully violent disaster. Mariana Alighieri's Cecilia runs the gamut of emotions, taking her through the grief process as she realizes that her life will never be the same once she finds out about this missing time. For most of the movie, she's running around this timeless, dreamlike landscape without a clue, yet I found myself empathetic with her peril and along for the ride all the way. That's a pretty good indication that she's a good actress. The other standout is the grizzled Enrique, played by Gerardo Romano, who reminds me of the priest from last year's HBO religious horror series 30 Coins. He's neither a good or bad guy, but manages to be both as this complex story unfolds. I'm going to be watching On the Third Day again soon, but my initial reaction when the wonderful film came to an end was, wow. This film is emotionally jarring. The effects are top-notch, and I'm talking about some great old-school practical effects. There are shocks and twists galore. This isn't a Hollywood movie at all. It's a movie that honors the rich past of Italian cinema and tells a terrifying tale through that lens. It's a movie that is truly unique and must be watched all the way through the credits, as more surprises await you there. I'd love to hear what you guys think of On the Third Day and recommend it wholeheartedly.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality.